Hello there everyone, it's Mark 3 and welcome to Northgard. Yeah, this is a different game. Northgard is kind of like a tribal management style game where you control a tribe of Vikings and try to dominate the other tribes of Vikings in a randomly generated tileized kind of map. It's kind of like a cross between a management game, city game, and an RTS game, so yeah, it's okay. It's only in early access, so it's not got that many features, like multiplayer isn't available yet. There is someone I would like to play this with, but as I said, that's not in the game just yet. There's no campaign, so right now it is just skirmish matches against the AI. And I said I'm playing this a bunch. I've always been playing it on hard, and I've already got the fame, I've got the trade, and I've got the wisdom victories, so I need to win by map specials, which is there's always a special on a given map, or I need to dominate, which means I need to kill everyone else. And apparently 3 is the maximum number of rival clans you can have, but yeah, I like this game. And since I'm probably going to go for a domination, I'm going to play red. Here we go. Next up, you get to choose your clans. There's going to be 5 in total. The 4th one is going to be a Raven clan, apparently, from the symbol. 5th one is no idea. But right now we've got the Fenrir, the Eikthyrian, and the Hadron clans. So, Clan of the Wolf, Clan of the Stag, Clan of the Goat. Since I'm planning to be a bit warlike, you'd think Clan of the Wolf would be a good one, right? I mean, each clan gets 2 starting bonuses and 2 fame bonuses, because fame is one of the mechanics in this game. As you act and you take over hostile territory and raid people and things like that, you can build up fame, and that is one of the victory conditions, as you saw. And in this case, if I was playing with the Wolves, I would get 20% attack bonus when fighting outside my territories with my military units at 200 fame, and at 500 I get access to a Berserker who will fight for you, so an extra powerful soldier type. I don't know if it's a one-off, because I've not really played the Wolf clan, to be quite honest with you. But for a warlike group, this is pretty good. To be honest, even if I'm planning to declare war, I honestly prefer the other 2 more. Now, the Eikthyrian, Clan of the Stag, they get extra starting resources, and they can generate more fame from some of their later game structures than the other guys can. They also get a happiness production bonus, and upgraded buildings get extra productivity. So yeah, buildings generally have 2 tiers. If you upgrade them, they can house an extra worker and they produce more resources for you. So that is significant if you're able to gather enough resources to actually do the upgrades, and it could be a huge help. Then the Hadron clan. Clan of the Goats, they start with 3 sheep. Sheep wander the map. You can capture them from neutral zones if you take control of them, and they can be slaughtered immediately to give you a small food boost. They can be, well, they reduce the amount of firewood you need during winter time if you've got one, and that's about it. But these guys can actually build a cheap pen kind of thing, which allows them to automatically generate food from their sheep, so that's useful. Also, they eat less food. Feasting, bonus for feast is greater, so feasting you can use extra food for, and basically your people celebrate and they get more productive, for a little while anyway. And when you hit 500 you get some extra tools to upgrade your villagers. That is pretty good. So I'm going to be warlike, but I prefer the Eikthyrian and the Hadron clans more than the Fenrir clans. So yeah, let us begin with the Hadron clan. Even though I'm planning to go and slaughter everyone, basically. Unless the map special is easy to get. In we go. Come on, load up! Oh, goat's head symbol. There we go. Just need to quickly check something. Yep, it's working. Okay, as you can see, I've got 3 little sheepies, and I start with 3 villagers. I'm going to start immediately by building a scout camp and a house. So, I said this is a kind of a tribal management game because there is a population cap. So, I can have up to 5 people right now. Houses extend that. Happiness, which you can boost or lose. Food reserves, wood reserves, money reserves. Stone and iron are both special resources that you mine in various places. No soldiers. research. And here's the fame over here, and people you know, and their relations. So the AIs are actually kind of warlike, to be quite honest with you. And okay, that's done. So you two immediately become scouts. Yes. Your basic people are just villagers, but you can assign them to different jobs and then assign them back. So you have a certain number of each role as you go. If left alone, villagers just go gather food, but they also go and build any pending construction in their territory as well. So that's what they're good for. They build the stuff and they populate your plan, and then we're not doing anything, they're gathering food. And this is, oh dear, there's a wolf right there. That's great. But there's more sheep, so that's good. Yes. Send my 2 scouts over here. Right, so as you can see, another villager turned up. As long as you've got space for your housing and happiness, you will slowly gather villagers over time. But it is very slow. It's better generally to just look after your people. And what I did here is, I got a scout camp, and I could turn these villagers into one of the specialised classes called a scout, and they can go into unknown territories. Ooh, there's a research thing here, but I'm not happy to do that just yet, so let's go. And now I've got these 2 scouts running around, and they can't generate food, but they're still consuming food, and they're still consuming firewood, so that's why I left someone gathering food, and the second person doing food there as well is helpful. Now, I appear to have appeared somewhere on the northern edge of this map. As I said, it's kind of tile-based, as you can see, territory-based, randomly generated each time. And hard mode's main difficulty is that it spawns more hostile mobs, like these wolves. So you've got more tiles with not hostiles in them. And they attack your territories more often as well. What's this one? Darn. And there's a wolf over there too. I think over that way is fine. So this way might be the edge of my map, so I'll go and scout there. Okay. This is not an ideal start, because I do not have any tiles here with a food bonus, which is what I was hoping for. So I have to keep on... Yep, here we go. Wolf is attacking, so all residents of the tile, except for the sheep, of course, actually go and try to fight off any invaders that turn up. You can let them do that, or you can pull them back, or try to get some military units back in to help, and, or call reinforcements from elsewhere, so you know, that kind of thing. The problem is that they've got a health bar. If that runs out, person dies, and you have to wait for someone to come back from your town hall. Another problem is, if they've got less health, you get a little warning icon here, and they do 20% less in their job for whatever it is they're doing. In this case, he gathers a bit less food. In the scout's case, they would scout more slowly, things like that. And oh jeez, I've got a wolf den. Hooray. Dens, by the way... Actually, I should quickly go into the mechanics and these things. Hostile controlled zones, neutral mobs. With the exception of the map goal tiles, there's 1 per map, and it's a special one that you can capture to win the game, though it's really expensive to do so. In the case of those things, it is, well, they have a unique enemy so anyway, but normal ones, whenever they decide to attack, they spawn the enemy type, and it goes into one of your adjacent territories and tries to attack it, and if you don't defend it, they take it off you basically, and you lose access to it. So what's this one? A forest. Great. It's got 2 wolves. Boo. That's not good at all.
Ahoy! Ahoy!
And if I go over here, I'll just attract a load of attention from the wolves then, because as well as sending off raids and things every so often, this one will be right next to it, so I'll get attacked straight from proximity as well, so that's not good. I'm going to spend some of my food stores here to colonise this area next to me, since there's nothing hostile in it and I need the space. Each territory has only so many buildings. That can only have 2, so it's not very good. It's kind of average really, and it has no specials, but it's still space where I can build stuff. And also, that hut is now finished, so let's go and grab these 2 people here, and that will turn them into another specialist. Woodcutters, which will start supplying me with wood. That is good. Something else I'm doing by the way with the scouts is, you notice I've been controlling them manually? That's because if left to themselves, they just walk along quite happy like this, and they go and explore one person to a place, things like that. If you manually direct them, they run, so they get there faster. And their exploration actually stacks, so if you send multiple scouts, they explore a given zone more quickly, and Yeah, as you can see, there's another wolf's den over there. This is less than ideal. But if I can clear this area out here, there's cliffs there, so no enemies can get in that way. So that would be a safe zone if I can clean this out. Not good at all. I'm getting wood, getting food, so my people are happy for the moment. Scouts have explored a new place. It's another hostile zone. It is a Draugr tomb, so... Oh dear.
Ahoy.
The free zone I took over is actually right next to a whole bunch of hostile nastiness, so that is not good. I'm going to colonise this one, actually. It's 40, so the price increases for how many you've got. If you lose a place, it does go back down. It also increases if you're unhappy, I think. And your happiness expectation depends on how many people you've got mostly, but if too many people get injured or sick, that knocks your happiness as well, which can cause you expansion problems quite easily, especially if you get attacked a lot. Here we go, Magma Flow. This is the map special I mentioned a little bit ago. As you can see, special enemy, Valkyries, from Asgardian lore.
Ahoy.
But they don't attack neighbouring territories, so I can colonise next to this quite safely, and here comes another wolf. Get back, Woodcutter, get back! Nope, not that. Oh, damn it. I was trying to move the damaged one away and I got the wrong person, so I lost a villager. But yeah, this place gives me access to one of the win conditions tied to this map. If I take this over, I can try to forge the Sword of Odin using lots of iron. So that makes this one actually really cheap in food to take. Normally they are very expensive in food, and then they have to be, because as soon as you take them over, you win the game. So, you know, it's a map-specific thing, and oh my, that is a lot of iron.
Ahoy.
Okay, go colonise down. No, scout down there. I'll return a scout back to my base to help. Now, I need to expand. I've not really been doing much. I'm going to take this food guy and send him over here, because it's got a neutral structure in it. This runestone allows you to produce lore, which is your research bonus, so this guy will work there and research, and that doesn't count towards the building cap here because I didn't make it. Just like this tomb here. Actually, sorry, those ruins. I should do something with that with my scout as soon as he finishes work down there. So, okay for woods, okay for food, but there's a serious problem coming up. As you can see down here, there is a season tracker. Right now, I'm approaching the end of the green growing period, and I'm about to hit winter. Winter greatly decreases most forms of food intake, and increases expenditure, and increases wood expenditure due to heating requirements. So it is not great at all. Let's go with sharp axes. Yeah. So that means my woodcutters generate extra wood. A couple of these texts are specific, like, see these ones with my mark next to it? That one, there's one there, one down here. Those are unique to my clan, the others can't get them. The rest of it, though, is generic, and it's the same tech tree for everyone, pretty much. Though the order does get slightly reshuffled, and oh my, a brown bear. Those are quite nasty to take out, they generally need more warriors. Let's send my scout over here to look around in that tomb. Tombs are one-offs, they're like goody huts. If you've watched or ever seen Civilization games, you'd have to spend time to scout them, and it can only be done once, but once they've been searched, they give you a one-off resource bonus. Like a sudden injection of some resources, and then that's it, it's done. I'm doing fine for wood, actually. How many buildings can I have over here? That's only 2, isn't it? So, let's actually do something here. Let's go ahead and get a sheep's fold. This is the clan unique one I mentioned at the start. The sheep's hold. That can hold a couple of sheep and also generate food from your sheep, so that's good. The problem is they're also expensive, but the automatic income is actually really worth it, and it's one of the reasons I like these guys. The other two just don't get access to that, so yeah. I could also go to healers' huts, but I don't want to spend the wood right now. I've got more important things to worry about. And that's the fact that I want to actually make my place safer and expand a bit, you know. I mean, right now I've got these 2 territories I've been able to get into because hard mode, it guarantees you've got 2 neighbouring territories out of your 3 that are not hostile, but then nearly every other territory in the map is. Sometimes they're not, but almost always they are. So, gotta watch out for that. Now, that sheepfold is not occupied, but you've got to send sheep into it. And as you can see, I double-clicked to select all my sheep, then told it to go there, and it just sent 2 of them, because that's all it can take right now. By default, buildings take 2 sheep, but when you upgrade them, they can take a little bit more, but upgrading is a lengthy process. He's almost done with the ruins. I'm at 10 people now, 0 happiness. If I want to expand, I need another house, so... Oh, here comes a winter attacking wolf. And... Oh, I wasn't paying attention to my research. Good for me. Mining efficiency, grab that. I always go for that because deposits of resources are finite on the map. You can buy in more, but that's costly. But mining efficiency, 50% more. So, yeah, that is really worth it. And yeah, I know, you need houses. They yell at you if you don't keep their needs in mind. It's kind of irritating. And yeah, 100 crowns and 50 lore. Oh, that's why my research jumped up. I got a bunch of lore from that ruin. Good to know. Good to know. And yeah, the scout randomly got hurt while exploring. That will kill scouts eventually, so it can be an issue. Depends on how attached you are to your scouts, to be honest. Alright, I want to expand my clan a bit, so I want a house. But, as I said, I want to expand my territory as well, because territory actually gives you a small happiness boost, as well as whatever buildings you can fit into it. So I actually want to grab a training camp. Now, I can't put it in here, 4 out of 4, so I'll have to put it somewhere else. I think here's a good spot. I'll just send a worker across to do that. And then... yeah, I don't have any extra wood, so that'll work. Keep going. So yeah, it's the individual mechanics in this game, if you're looking at them from afar, it doesn't seem that high, and... ooh. Oh joy, I think the giants are on this map as well. The giants, by the way, are an NPC group. You can trade with them and then get a powerful hero if you get them to like you enough. And I believe that is their camp right there. Okay. You are another Draugr-infested area. Basically undead zombies. So I'm going to pull my scouts back from over there. There's a lot of cliffs and things around here, actually. I'm loving that. And, oh jeez, yep. See what I mean about attacks being quite frequent? That's why I need to get work to clean out, and portals to Helheim have opened. Oh, great. That's something else this game has. It has random events. It warns you, then gives you some time, and then there's this big flashing red exclamation mark on your season tracker which tells you when it's going to take off. Buildings producing food can be assigned an additional villager when upgraded, or increase my population recruitment speed. I'm going to grab recruitment speed for now. By the way, not mutually exclusive, you can grab anything you've got access to. Okay, so this guy keeps attacking me, but he's only got 1 wolf. I'm going to take this guy up here that built this warrior place and turn him into a warrior. My only mainline combat unit. By itself, a single warrior is usually not that much, but one-on-one, a warrior is strong enough to take out a single wolf. I mean, 7 attack, 25 health, 10 attack, 50 health. So, yeah. Warriors can generally take on 2 wolves at a time and come out on top. So they're pretty good, but as you can see, they also get beat up in the process, which is not so good. I need more wood income. Oh yeah, one of my woodcutters got killed. Let's sort that out real quick. Now another problem is that, you know that warning about the Draugrs coming in? Every portal spawns a single Draugr when the exclamation hits, and you can get a lot of portals later on. But a Draugr is 10 attack 50, so they are just as strong as my warriors. The only difference really is that Draugrs are undead and slower moving, so yeah. They have some issues. Let's see, 1 out of 3, so I can afford to build a... no, healing hut is more important, so get a healing hut. And send in a hurt worker to do that, because building doesn't really take that much. And yes, I know my clan is unhappy, thank you. Yeah, I thought so. Partly because we've got so many people that are actually injured at the moment, so that's why I'm putting in a healing hut. I need to heal people a little bit. And that place has got 4 wolves, so I can't reasonably attack it right now. That place has got 2. That place has got 4 and a scout. Is that my scout? No, my scout's all the way over there. Okay, that's a scout from a rival clan. Yeah, from the blue guys, whoever they are. You don't get introduced to a clan, by the way, until you discover one of the tiles they own, so that's why I still have unknown in the top left here. Okay, and you can be a healer straight away. Yes, I know, I know. I don't like how they do that, by the way. Actually, let's pull this healer off back over there. Find someone who's intact over here. You'll do. Send him over to heal. That's something. These guys will heal people at a slow rate. So that's why I'm getting the second person over, so it heals them faster. So it'll do that. And then I think I'm okay, so organise a feast. So suddenly, extra happiness. And everyone is doing more production. So, yeah. Though a wolf decided to interrupt right in the middle of the feast. I think he caught wind of it. There we go. And then I'm going to park my warrior back over there. You move, you move, you move. I think the Draugr's here. Yes, it is. And it's going after my villagers. Not ideal. But yeah, as you can see, all the villagers plus my warrior. That Draugr didn't stand a chance. But I'm feasting right now, so everyone is doing better everything, basically. Okay, my next issue... Yep, there goes my scout. He just dropped dead at random. I wasn't really caring too much, I must be honest. So let's get a healthy one... No, unhealthy one. Send him to build that house. So there we go. Okay. Right, my main problem, as I said at the start, is that I didn't find any tiles with food resources like this one. Fertile land, I can build a farm on that. It's marked clearly on the map. There's another one over here, actually. That's okay. And those are the only 2 food resources nearby, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So that means I'm dependent on sheep and just plain using my villagers to gather food instead of changing them into other specialties. So that's not exactly great. Where's my warrior? Is he okay? Yep, he's okay. Right. Let's do something cheeky. Let's actually push ahead and take out these wolf caves. There's 4 wolves, so I can't do it in one go.